Good morning. It is day 26 out of 30 of doing 333 push-ups every single day for 30 days to get to 10,000. Now that is the number that we are currently on. So, clearly you can see that is pretty close, and my chest is starting to feel that number for sure. It's, before I used to just quickly get up and do it because, it's just push-ups. There's no real weight on them, but I've gotten to a point where I actually stretch a little bit just before I press record, just to make sure that I get them going for the push-ups. So let's start with our 4 sets and let the game begin. All right. Whew. That's it. Lovely. I forgot these shoes on again. Winter vibes. It is officially winter. It's June month. It's also my birthday month. So, a lot of interesting things happening. Obviously, it becoming winter. We're selling all our stuff this month. Everything we kind of do, unless we do them twice, is going to be the last time for a long time. Eating at a specific restaurant, maybe hiking up a specific mountain, walking on a specific path, or going to the beach. All of those things are going to be, it's never the last time forever, but it's the last time for a long time. But it's nothing to get sad about, It's almost like an exciting realization that, because if you're sad about the things that are, that you're saying goodbye to, you're not giving any credit to the beautiful things that you are going to experience. And it's not about replacing them and saying like, oh, now the new experience is going to be better or is better than the old one. They're different, but they carry the same weight. And I do believe that we weren't born to just do the same shit every day. We're here to experience. It's a massive world, and I'm not even sure. I've lately, well, the last week, I've been listening to some David Attenborough documentaries, and even his life, I guarantee that he hasn't been everywhere in the world, but he is a good example of someone that actually went out and experienced life. Amazons, rivers, volcanoes, mountains, birds, animals, wherever he went, he went out and experienced stuff. So you can imagine the story that he can tell. I'm not saying you should travel the whole world. I'm just saying don't stick to your small town. Live a little. Go out. Experience new things. Nothing's gonna happen with the old place. All right. Let's go. Whew. 33, set 2. It is getting a little harder at the end, like I said when we opened this video. It's like the chest basically is now yelling and saying, hey dude, is there any chance that we could maybe have a little rest day? Of course I will, very soon. Day 26, so it's today, 27, 28, 29, 30, 5 full days, including this one, and then it's done. Then this whole challenge is finito. And it's funny how you start something and it feels like it's not going to end, especially closer. You're in the middle around just before you hit halfway, and then at the end it's like, I only have 5 days left. And then what then? I even have people commenting, asking what's next. So I guess that's in a way how life is. The time's gonna go. Whether you sit at home playing games or watching Netflix, or working really hard on yourself, going to the gym every day, or writing a book, or working on new video content, or studying for a new job, or an exam for university, the time's gonna go. So I'd rather choose doing something so that when the time does go, which it eventually will, and you will wake up and it will be a month later or a year later, I'd rather wait. I want to wake up that day and feel proud of the past me who actually put in some work, because now you're in a different place. It's almost like a butterfly effect. You've seen that, but it's just, this one is futuristic, or more to the future. The butterfly effect is where they say you go back in time, you change something, and then your future changes because you changed the past, right? So it's basically the same, but this way you have control. So you can imagine yourself, if you sit on the couch eating chips every day, you can imagine yourself that you can already see the future of you sitting on a couch in the future being absolutely obese. So in order to change your future, today you need to get off the couch, start exercising. And already in your mind, your future is going to start, visually changing in your head. So, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at with this little speech. So that's it, let's go. Whew. Alrighty, let's see how the pump is. The pump reveal. Alright, not too shabby. It's doing what it should. Always quite happy with it. I am quite impressed, let's use that word, quite impressed that my chest has kept up, obviously, with the push-ups, but also the fact that I told you yesterday or the day before that I'm not on a strict diet. I'm not on like a carnivore, I'm not on a 4,000 calorie bulk or 2,500 calorie cut or anything like that. I'm just trying to, eat healthy where I can, and because it's the last time in England, in Cape Town, I dabble in a little bit of sweet things and maybe a little restaurant here or a thing there or a drink there. So for my body to maintain the shape, and especially the chest, throughout this process, it's quite cool. It's pretty cool. Because it could have gone the other way around, because I'm filming every day. And like I said, I could, just because I'm not on that strict diet, I could have sat here and instead of doing a challenge and getting better, I'm sitting here and getting fatter and fatter and fatter and more out of shape. And in your head you're thinking, fuck, I don't want to do a push-up challenge, because look how bad you start looking. But very impressed with the fact that my body kept up with the eating. And purely, I could give credit to the fact that I'm doing these push-ups and also training in the gym. So, I will have a very detailed analysis and afterwards, so we can kind of like see what, where, how, when, and just look at the results, the pros and the cons. Last set, and then we hit the gym. All right, 33, that's 133, 132 push-ups in the morning, smashed, and I'm going to the gym where we are going to train some back. Let's go. Alrighty, we are in the parking lot of the gym. Today I'm going to smash some back. Looking forward to it actually, because it's just been chestorama this whole month. So doing back is literally the opposite of the front part of your body where the chest is, but and it also takes a little bit of strain from my triceps, which is also being used when I do push-ups. So this is going to be more back bicep focused, which I see as a rest day for my chest. Anyway, let's go. Alrighty, back done. I feel quite good about it because I lift pulled heavy. Let's see how that looks, shall we? Yep, not too shabby. Chest even looking a bit of a pump, even though I didn't do any chest. Yeah, I mean, a little bloated, I guess. Probably not because, you know, obviously if I flex it's there, but just generally relaxing. I feel like I could lean this up with proper diet, but I feel like I need the type of foods that I do now to get through this challenge. But once that's done, I'm back in my normal routine. I am gonna go to the tennis court just to do a little bit of, you know, just a fun little like half an hour, 40-minute maybe tennis, and then I'll use that court to do my push-ups as well. So let's go. Alrighty, so we made it. We got one court open out of a possible 4, so we'll just try and slot in and get a quick game in. Alrighty, so a little session done. Quite nice. I haven't played in a while, so I am bad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best at tennis. It's not a sport, but I told you before that I'm quite a jack of all trades, so I can play if I'm in the court like maybe once a week for about a month. I'll probably get it, you know, 4 times an hour I'll be in the game. Anyway, let's do our second set of push-ups quickly. Oh. Alrighty, that is first set done. Quite a lovely space. I quite like this court, purely because, I mean, it is a school court in Rondebosch. So if you are from this area and you're watching, a little shout out there to your space. It's quite beautiful. You've got the mountains on that side, and it's just, I don't know, the areas is quite nice, not gonna lie. But we chose we didn't choose, it was the only one that was open, but this one is full of, I'm not sure if you can see, but full of cracks and a little bit of bumps and stuff. I'm sure this probably, because it is the closest to the school, this was probably the first court, and then they built the second, third and fourth one. Because I know the one way on the right, my right, is really nice. Like, you can see it's new. So I think this was potentially the first one. But one thing I said to my wife about England is I'm definitely going to watch centre court Wimbledon game. At least, maybe not, like there's no urgency. Like, it's not that I want to watch it now, but it is one of the things that I do want to do. And when you're in England, you know, you do that. Also, obviously, a Tottenham Hotspurs game, but I'll watch a few of those, maybe 2 or 3. Let's see. When you're in England, right? When you're in Rome, when you're in England, that's just what you gotta do. Alrighty, that's 3, and 1 more to go. 1 more set to go. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You know, in a way, I mean, me coming to all these places and different spots and stuff, you kind of realize that you're allowed to do so many things. Like, this isn't my court. I'm not a tennis player. I don't have a coach, you know. I don't have permission, technically, or that's what runs through your head, but there's so many things that you can do. Places you can go. Rivers, lakes, mountains, tennis courts. And we just don't do it because we always think like, oh, you probably need to ask permission. Or, yes, of course, there are some courts that wouldn't allow you because it's private, but there's a basketball net here. And yeah, I think the more you take that fear away from, oh, what if people chase me away, or maybe someone says, oh, you shouldn't be there, or whatever, and then you start experiencing more things, which my wife and I have mastered. Is just, I think also when you go to any place with confidence, you walk in there as if you belong, and people, even if it is a private court, they probably think that you are a member, you know. So it's all about that confidence as well. Anyway, let's do the last set. Whew. Let's go. Alrighty, let's go home, have some post-gym and tennis breakfast, and then we'll hit the last session later. Got a lot of work to be done for the UK move as well. A lot of admin. Let's go. Alrighty, it is nighttime. It's time to do the final set of push-ups on day 26, which, you know, I'm quite excited about because it does take, and I've said this many times, it takes a lot from your day, you know, to plan them around, you know, because now I have to stop everything I do, set up a little camera, and then do the push-ups where, you know, if you're just doing it by yourself at home without filming it, then, you know, you pump out 10 and then 20 when you want, where I have to obviously try and do a structural one. But let's smash the last 3 sets of 34, and then we might go for a little walk. We'll see. Alrighty, I can see the number, you know, the number right over here is it's looking pretty good, not gonna lie. I feel like it's getting to a point where you can clearly see the end is near. And in a way, I feel like, is this what you want? Is this what you want? Cause you cat loves a little, what is this, a rubber band? Oh, you see the paw? No, you can't. There you go. There's a paw in the screen. Go, go. Yeah. Almost fell on his head. Anyway. The point is, what was the point? I'm a little distracted by the cat while I rest. The point is, it's a big number. That's what it was. That's the point. Okay, now you can go. Now you can go. The point is that it's a big number and it's almost done. So on that topic, let's do the second last set. Whoa. What? 34. Holy smokes. Not gonna lie, these push-ups are getting harder and my chest is getting bigger. Whoop. I feel like today I took a little video, like a short video outside the tennis courts, and maybe I can play here. Very small, very short, but the video itself, I looked at myself in, you know, obviously in the screen, and I just thought to myself, you know what, Roche, you don't look that bad. And I'm talking about like self-evaluation, right? And I just realized, like, I'm talking when I say I don't look bad, I'm not saying like this is like the ideal body or something in my head. I'm thinking like, for doing these push-ups every day, there's a change that I can see, you know, in my chest. I can feel it. It's the weirdest thing, but like it feels more rounded. You know what I mean? It just feels like it's, I don't know, feels like it's gained a bit of weight, which I'm happy about. But again, the last day, day 30, I will, you know, talk about it more in depth to explain, well, show befores, show afters, and you know, then we can really see what the difference is in weight, in size, in the look of it, the feel, the mental side of it. Like, we're gonna quickly rush through, because the nice thing is the last day, obviously, because I'm doing 10 reps or 10 sets of 33, I'll have time in between to rest, and that's, I'm going to try and pre-meditate the questions or the answers in a sense, so that every single time I rest, it's not going to just be like a bunch of babbling and mumbling and, you know, bullshit talking, but it's actually going to be every section between the rest is going to be something that is going to relate to the 30 days. So I could actually number them, you know, like the first rest period I'm going to talk about the size difference, second rest period I'm going to talk about the mental, third rest period about the weight, then this, then technique, then da. So I'm going to go through that, and yeah, potentially open up the lines for suggestions on a new challenge. But like I said, it won't happen immediately. Normally I'll jump on a new challenge within like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 days, a week maybe. I'll get on the next one. But because we're moving in, I would say 28 days, no less, 27 days, we're flying to the UK, you know, there's just not the time. Is going to be tough. So, but once I'm there, give myself another week or two, and then I'll start with the new challenge, which I already actually think is just going to be a bulking one, because I really want to bulk up again. Not that I'm getting smaller, you know, I still weigh quite a lot, but I just feel like I just want to put on a little more muscle and then cut like a mofo. But we'll see. I mean, I'm not set on these things. And again, it was just because of the model agency that or the whole visa thing. If I was signed with the agency like I was supposed to, if they didn't cancel it last minute, then I would have lost more weight and end up being like 95 and lean throughout the year, at least next year. But because there's no real need for that anymore, I'm going to use the time, the off time, to bulk up and get my, you know, muscles up and running. Let's do the last set, shall we? There we go. Whew. Not too shabby. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Today is day 26, so that means 27 tomorrow, 28, 29, and 34 full days, guys. 4 full days. Then I am done. Then I can start vlogging a little bit about my life. I'll not post, you know. Up until the next challenge will be, you know, an update of my life, what I'm doing, what I'm eating, how the move's going, the physical move, the cats at the airport, like the whole thing, my life. That is what my YouTube is about anyway. It will always be fitness related, health related, mental health related, motivation, you know, and I have a podcast running as well that I started, so you know all about that, so you can listen to those and all of that. See you tomorrow. Cheers.